In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the cam adjuster on your Chevy Express 2500. This is going to be located behind the front wheel. Let's get started. Using a 22mm socket, remove all of the lug nuts for the hubcap. Remove the hubcap. Using a 22mm socket, remove the 8 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. On top of our strut tower, we have a ABS connector. Go ahead and remove that, pull up on the tab. Now we have a plastic stay holding this down. We're going to use a trim tool, pop it up and out. Follow that harness back. We have one more plastic stay that we need to get out. Pull the harness down. Using a small pick, we're going to open up the plastic stay for the ABS harness on our upper control arm and pop it out. Using a 10mm socket, remove the bolt for the bracket. We have one more brake bracket. Using a 10mm socket, remove that bolt. Using an 18mm wrench, we're going to remove the upper ball joint nut. I have a pair of locking pliers locked onto the bottom of my ball joint since the stud was spinning while I was taking the nut off. Remove the nut for the ball joint. Remove the upper ball joint from the knuckle. Let the knuckle fall forward. Be sure there's no tension on your brake hose. Using a 21mm wrench to hold the head of the bolt. I'm going to use a 21mm wrench to remove the nut. Remove the nut. Remove the cam plate off of both sides. With the cam bolt removed off the far side, we can push our bolt all the way through. We're going to line this up through our strut and remove the bolt. We're going to take some Never Sees and we're going to paint this bolt. Install the cam adjuster bolt into the vehicle. Get the control arm bolt hole lined up. Get the bolt fully installed. Grab the second cam adjuster and install it onto the bolt. Install it the same way as the top one. We want them both facing the same way. Using a 22mm wrench for the head of the bolt, we'll then use our 21mm wrench and snug the nut down. Just get it snug for now. We still want to be able to move our adjuster. Using a 21mm wrench for our nut. We're going to loosen it. If your bolt starts spinning, use a 21mm wrench through the strut tower on the head of the bolt. Remove the nut. Using a small pick, I'm going to remove the adjuster off of the cam bolt. Push the cam bolt through. I'm going to spin the cam bolt down and remove it. We're going to do the same thing on this bolt. We're going to paint it with some Never Sees. Get the cam bolt into the strut tower. I'm going to use a pry bar to help me push the bolt into the hole. It is a bit tight back there with your hands. When you install the cam bolt, be sure that this stud is poking through your adjuster. Install the cam plate, get the nut started. Use a 22mm wrench for the head of the bolt, and use a 21mm wrench for the nut. Get the nut snug, but be sure that you can still adjust your cam adjuster. Lift the upper control arm up and push the knuckle back. Drop the upper control arm into the knuckle. Install the nut for the ball joint. Snug down the ball joint nut. Using a large pair of pliers, I'm going to pinch the upper control arm into the knuckle. This is going to help my stud stop spinning. Get the ball joint nut nice and snug. Install the jack under your lower control arm. And we're now going to put our suspension at ride height. When I say that, this is where the suspension will normally ride with the car on the ground. We're going to get our arms basically parallel with us. While you're doing this, keep an eye on your vehicle. Where you have it jacked up, be sure that you're not pulling the vehicle off of your jack stands. With our suspension at ride height, we're going to torque our cam bolt adjusters to 129 foot-pounds. Do the same thing on the front. Torque the upper ball joint nut to 37 foot-pounds. If you can't get a torque wrench on it, do the best you can. Remove the jack. Install the bracket onto the knuckle and get the bolt started. Snug the bolt down. Install the bracket onto the control arm. Get the bolt started. Snug it down. Install the ABS harness into the clip and close it down. Install the plastic stay onto the top strut mount. Do the same thing with the connector. Install the ABS connector. Push until you hear a click. If you don't, give it a pull. Make sure it's locked on. Install the wheel. Install the 8 lug nuts by hand. Snug the lug nuts down. Using a 22mm socket, we're going to torque the lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds in a star pattern. Install the hubcap. Snug all the nuts down. After completing this repair, you will need to bring your car to the local alignment shop for an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.